You guys, I think you know as well as I do, and I can confidently say that the Golden State Warriors have had two of the more interesting NBA seasons the last 2 years compared to any team in the entire league. As I'm sure most of us know, the Golden State Warriors were without their two best players in the 2020 season of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, which was then followed up by the absence of their second best player, Klay Thompson, once again in 2021 due to recurring injury. Hence the idea of this franchise having two of the more interesting seasons out of any team in the entire league after having 4 straight championship appearances. But nonetheless, it is very obvious that this team has salvaged their 2021 season, as they currently have their scoring title champion in Steph Curry, who is having one of his best seasons of his entire career, while also finishing the regular season with the 8th seed overall in the Western Conference, netting them a spot in the play-in tournament. But you guys, there is really one piece to this Golden State Warriors team that has truly been showcasing his talent over the course of the last season, and honestly will be a major factor as well in terms of the success that the Golden State Warriors might see in the postseason this year and even going forward. And he has been continually doing this while I feel he has not been getting the recognition to any extent that he truly does deserve. And you guys, yes, this is what we are going to be getting into in today's video. As always, you guys, I'm hyped to get into another one of our videos here on the channel, but before we do, I'm going to stop it right now and give any of you new guys 5 seconds to go down below and subscribe. Believe me, you guys, for any of you newcomers here to the channel, you are not going to regret hitting this button. I can guarantee you this, as we're coming out with brand new videos around here on a daily basis, you guys, especially with the NBA playoffs rolling around right now. So for any of you guys that do this for me, believe me, I appreciate it more than anything in the world. So thank you so much. But without further ado, let's get into this video. Now, to anyone watching this video who is not really a diehard or avid Golden State Warriors basketball fan, there may be a lot of different options and opinions you initially think about in terms of which player I might be talking about. And don't get me wrong, the idea of this video could pertain to a lot of different players on this Golden State Warriors roster, such as the play of newly acquired Kelly Oubre this season, maybe even the rise in rookie James Wiseman over the course of the year, or even the insane jump in play in Jordan Poole. But in fact, none of these players that I have already mentioned are the specific piece that I am trying to get at within this Golden State Warriors team. As you have probably caught on by now, the player that I am referring to is, yes, none other than the man himself, Andrew Wiggins. Now, alright you guys, before any of you that just heard that statement are about to immediately click off this video if you do not know much about this situation, believe me, you just need to listen to me in the sense of what Andrew Wiggins has done for this team this year, and on top of that, how he has proved everybody wrong in the process. Because I'm telling you guys right here and right now, this man is doing some very impressive stuff on the court that he is definitely once again not getting the recognition he deserves for it. As we will start things off by just looking into the basic statistical averages for Andrew Wiggins throughout the entire course of this 2021 season, as he was able to put up consistent averages through 71 games of about 18.5 points, 5 rebounds, and around 2.5 assists per game. Now I know, when you initially look at these averages by Andrew Wiggins, these are not anything crazy by any stretch of the imagination. And yes, for any of you wondering as well, they are not career highs in any area of the 3 major statistical categories that we just read off. And I do know that some of you looking at these averages will just say that he is the exact same player he has been throughout the course of his entire career, so what's the major difference? And the difference, which is huge, as I feel not many people around the league understand this to the extent that they should, but it is the fact that he is doing this for a successful team compared to the situation he was putting these numbers up in throughout the course of his entire career beforehand. Because again, I do know that people are going to strictly look at the averages of Andrew Wiggins and say that he could be doing a lot more for this team, but honestly, when looking at this outside of the perspective of his 3 major statistical averages and watching this Golden State Warriors team in general, I think I can confidently say that Andrew Wiggins has stepped up to the plate and fulfilled almost everything that has been asked of him from this Warriors team so far this season. As aside from Andrew Wiggins' major averages this season, which again are nothing crazy but are also impressive, we do need to consider the fact that Andrew Wiggins finished the regular season with shooting splits of 47.7% from the field, 38% from 3, and 71.5% from the free throw line, which when we do the research are actually career highs in overall field goal percentage as well as 3-point percentage, which as well are both well above the league averages. And on top of this, just to throw in a couple more good things about the man, he finished this season with a career high in total 3-pointers made as well as blocks, despite the fact of the NBA having a shortened 72 game season this year. And you guys, on top of all of the mainly offensive statistics we have read off throughout the course of this video so far, let's switch over this research to another side of Andrew Wiggins' game that again is not talked about and discussed nearly enough, which is his improvement that we have seen on the defensive side of the ball, as Andrew Wiggins was posting a real defensive plus minus average of 1.36 in this NBA season, which, if you did not know, ranks number 9 overall in terms of players labeled as small forwards in the 2021 season. And you guys, it is one thing and definitely impressive to be putting up this defensive real plus minus for Andrew Wiggins in general, as this was his career best by far. Another thing we have to consider with this statistic is that according to B-Ball Index, Andrew Wiggins has spent a combined 47.6% of his minutes guarding tier 1 and tier 2 offensive players on the opposing teams. Which, again, you guys, for any of you stat junkies that may be watching this video, I know these numbers aren't crazy by any means, but when we're talking about Andrew Wiggins, I think this is pretty special. As I'm sure most of us know watching this video, that Andrew Wiggins has seemingly already been written off by the entire NBA fanbase, or at least a majority of it, while most of his career so far has been spent on a team that was in a rebuilding phase in the entire span of his career there, while also, not to mention, besides Karl Anthony Towns being by his side, not getting relatively any help in terms of building a roster for success. And you guys, just another crazy thing about Andrew Wiggins that I really don't feel like much of the NBA fanbase is aware of is that this man is still only currently 26 years old. Meaning, when thinking of the retrospect of an average NBA player, this man has not even hit his prime yet, and yet we still have people who do not pay relatively any attention to this man and think he is going nowhere in his career from here on out. When I really do think it will be interesting to see what this man can do for this Golden State Warriors team if they are able to make it into the actual playoff bracket. And on top of this, even see what a three-headed monster of a team in Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Andrew Wiggins is capable of going into the next season. As I'm sure most of you understand from the purpose of this video by now, that Andrew Wiggins is relatively slept on by most of the NBA community. I'm hoping that most of these people will come to the realization soon that this man is honestly doing a lot more for this team than he is given credit for, and that he definitely has a future potential in this league to prove himself as a set-in-stone star. But you guys, with this situation, I really do want to know what you have to think about the entire Andrew Wiggins situation in Golden State in general, and on top of this, what you think this team would be capable of if they do make it into the playoffs. I am aware that they would obviously be a 7 or 8 seed. They would be in a very sticky situation in terms of trying to make a playoff run, but I'm still curious what you guys have to think about this situation in general. So go ahead and leave me some feedback in the comments, you guys. Believe me, I read every single one. I love talking this basketball with you guys. But on that note, as always, I'm really hoping you guys did enjoy today's video. And once again, if you did, don't forget to go down below, leave a like on the video, and subscribe as well while you're down there. I've said it before, and I will say it again, you guys, we're coming out with brand new NBA content on a daily basis around here, covering pretty much any NBA topic you can possibly think of. The Hoops Digest family has been growing like crazy, you guys. I truly cannot thank you enough for all the support I've been seeing on my channel. And believe me when I say it, you guys, we're only going up from here. The future of this channel is bright. But on that note, once again, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for watching. I appreciate you all more than anything in the world. You all know this, and I will see you guys in the next video.